Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Muhammad Rasulullahi Kareem. This problem is related to partial differentiation of differential calculus. Find del z over del x, del z over del y of the two variable functions z is equal to 3 e to the power 3 times e to the power minus x cos 3xy square. We are given that the value of z, which is dependent variable, and there are two independent variable x and y, and z is equal to that is function of dependent variable x and y, which is 3 e to the power minus x cos of 3x y square. We have to find the value of del z over del x and del over del y. First of all, we find the value of del over del x and we are putting the value of z here. 3 e to the power minus x multiplied by cos of 3x y square. 3 is constant, so take out 3 from here and differentiate e to the power minus x multiplied by cos 3x y square. In both factor x is present, so both are variables for x. Since this is partial differentiation, therefore y is constant with respect to x, but we are seeing that there are two different variable function. Their function of x and differentiation of multiplication of two function, we get different first function as 8, differentiation of second function cos of 3x y square plus write second function as 8, differentiation of first. The first is e to the power minus x. 3 times e to the power minus x. On differentiating this value, differentiation of cos is minus sign, but here it is not x, it is 3xy square. So by chain rule we should differentiate 3xy square with respect to x partially and close this bracket. Now write this value cos 3 times x y square and differentiate e to the power minus x. Differentiation of exponential is e to the power minus e to the power x, but this is not x, so we have to differentiate minus x with respect to x partially. Close this square bracket, which open with here del z over del x is equal to 3 times e to the power minus x minus sine of 3xy square. Differentiate this function, but we are seeing that 3y square is constant, because for partial differentiation y is constant with respect to x, so we take out y square from differential coefficient. We have only differentiate remaining factor x. Close this curly bracket plus cos 3x y square e to the power minus x, and on difference take minus 1 outside and differentiation of x also 1, so only write minus 1 here. Differentiation of minus x equal to minus 1. In next step we write 3 e to the power minus x. We can write 3 y square in beginning, 3 minus already here, so I write minus 3y square into sine of 3xy square, and differentiation of x with respect to x partially is 1, and on multiplying this positive value to minus 1 we get 1, multiply this value we get this value, and plus minus multiplication is minus, so I write cos of 3xy square into e to the power minus x. 3 e to the power minus x and 1 multiplied to this value we get this value, and on opening this bracket multiplication of this we get plus minus into s minus, so write minus first in beginning and write it to the power x, and also write 3y square sine of 3xy square, and you can write e to the power minus x in first, and then write this function cos 3xy square. You can take out minus e to the power minus x from this bracket, and we get the value of del z over del x as 3 to the power minus x, and you also taking minus here, so this all two value becomes positive in bracket. We get two positive term, 3y square sine of 3xy square and plus cos of 3xy square. The sign is positive. The whole value is depend on the this value, so we cannot say this is positive term. We can say only here these are positive sign. This is our first result, because we have find del z over del x. We have to find second result. For this we have to differentiate partially with z with respect to y, but value of y is 3 times e to the power minus x multiplied by cos of 3 times xy square. Now we differentiate this value. What we are saying that these two factor are constant, because in partial differentiation x is constant with respect to y, so we can take out e to the power minus x from differentiation, so we can write it as 3 e to the power minus x and differentiate only cos of 3xy square. 3 e to the power minus x differentiate this value. Differentiation of cos is minus sine of 3xy square, and differentiate this value del over del x 3xy square. 3 e to the power minus x minus sine of 3xy square, and differentiate this value with respect to x. We get 3y square, and differentiate this value with respect to x, we get 1. Because for partial differentiation y is quite as constant with respect to x, so we take out 3y square from this differential operator and only differentiate x with respect to x, so we get only differentiation of x with this is 1, and open this bracket and multiply 3y square with this, and take out minus in beginning. We get 9y square e to the power minus x and multiplied by sine of 3xy square. This is value of del z over del y, which was to be find, which are our second result. Thank you very much indeed for listening me. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.